Good morning. Good morning. Things are very positive. Welcome, everybody. Just wanted to give you a heads up of the greatest innovation in direct democracy technology, election tech, disruptive political technology to ever exist. Because the mind of this invention was crafted over 20 years of work in direct citizen ballot measure proposals, petition consulting work. My name is Nicholas Guillermo. I created a company, Liberty Economy, for political consulting that, in competition with the rest of the industry, decided to go a different route. Instead of going outwards towards political action committees that are looking for campaign solutions, I'm going to attempt to do that while simultaneously, with even more effort, inspire the grassroots, you, the viewer, you, the intentional citizen of your community wanting change in your world, realizing that the laws that keep us sovereign in our states are supreme. And when the people can change those laws, we have the ability to say no to all of the corrupt political shenanigans from our state government, the assembly, the legislature, the candidates running for office, all their ambitions to use our taxes in their state to make themselves rich, to make wasteful bureaucracies, and to create new regulations that just interfere with our lives. Ultimately, the goal of this project is to create a solution for liberation from power of the state over the people in alignment with the non-aggression principle. Although not anarchist at all, encouraging civic participation, we agree that the state should not be involved in people's affairs as much as possible, and to eliminate waste and taxes and basically have a libertarian-esque program. Now, the concepts can be agreed on by the left and the right. We're going to be talking about and voting on the blockchain in regards to policy. This allows us to vote on what policy we would like to change. On the blockchain, for the first time, connected with AI, I can draft the legislation, and we can file and organize for ballot access fundraising through the systems and techniques we are building out. We'll have much more discussion in the Discord group. X.com is a major resource. We really look forward to your participation and joining us, following all of the accounts associated with myself at the profile Liberty Economy, and also for the main project here, Ballot_AI. We furthermore have one other profile. We're about to be laying out a lot of content for Petitioner Meme, as we are launching the meme coin for the petitioner industry, for petitioner utility. And that is to have massive litigation and legal action and protections for petitioners' rights where needed worldwide, and forming the advocacy for petitioners' rights in efforts for ballot measures to protect petitioners in the First Amendment. We are also launching a slew of policy tokens, all of which will have their liquidity pools so investors can invest in the free market of direct democracy through policy tokens. Through the policy tokens, we are creating a revenue resource for building the nonprofit advocacy of policy changes that are wanted and desired worldwide, to stop problems a government is allowing, to stop problems the government has created, and to ultimately change the laws to our desires. As long as they follow these principles, we'll have guaranteed results. So we can unite people on the left and the right at the ballot. Instead of being political as partisan as parties, we don't need to have people running for office. There is a venue for candidate access. We will be dealing with helping candidates get ballot access. It is part of the paid petition signature gathering process. We can offer a more fair solution, a transparent solution with our election tech. But our priority is to get people organized behind ballot measures and referendum ourselves. So you'll hear about it more often as you pay attention. We are working on creating a resource. We will connect to all the various resources I found and researched over the years, and there's going to be a flood of content about to be released, from videos to written content, blogs. All that's being put together, and I'm formulating my time and now surrounding myself with a team of coaches to follow through. And I have so many opportunities. It's incredible. So I'm planning on just going full in on faith this month and the next month, just transforming my life as so much changes. I'm not working in 9 to 5. I'm dedicated to this and raising my son to learn great values in his life. And that's it at this time. I have a fallback career. Again, I could go back to the petition industry, but that shouldn't happen as I take over with the technology advancements I'm producing, start to market and promote the technologies, because they are going to make a lot of people wealthy. They are certainly, in fact, needed, and the investments have been made, and we are one step ahead of any foreseeable competition, as if somebody would have the altruistic view to compete with the idea in the first place to end all corruption in the industry. It would have been nice if there was colleagues along the 20 years I talked about this I would investigate, but here I am now doing it all by myself, and a few other petitioners are joining me, but they're not really willing and able to take the risk of tens of thousands of dollars of investment that I am. But that's okay, because I will bring I will bring the value to all in the industry, to benefit all, to lift all up from their position, even if they join me or not. So there's been lots of people that disagreed in the petition industry, that hated me. I have definite haters, people that want to fight me and threaten physical violence. It is what greed will do, or hatred in other terms of passion related to pride, due to arrogance of listening to my truths and acknowledging my truths. But I would talk freely about people ripping me off. You know what? It doesn't matter. The people that ripped me off in the past, there are over half a dozen, uh, they are not hated in my heart, and I have no, need to pursue any justice. I'll ask them kindly for my money, but I'm going to let that go. People can hate me all they want, but I'm creating the solution so that there will never be any other fraud again. That way, these people that I have hated in the past, if they were still up to their reckless behavior, ruining lives, scamming people out of thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of dollars, even over $100,000, I've heard. If that has happened and people are getting away with it, they will no longer have a place in the industry again, thanks to the innovations of technology I am producing. So it's not full scale launched yet, but we are very close. We have 2 powerful AI developers building great tools. We are seeking on getting a third. We are going to look for an integration of blockchain and AI. We are looking for grants. We will be applying ourselves, so we can launch the most indestructible, permanent, in time, as long as the blockchain exists, solution on multiple blockchains that enables people to change our world with ballots. Ballot AI is the site I've secured. We're branding that with the Kundala leaf. This is the symbol of timeless voting. Is an ancient voting method in India that will be now timeless in space and time on the blockchain, as we secure the Ballot AI software for all future generations. This will make sure that there is a free market, open source, transparent, secure escrow service for initiative proponents. So when spending the millions and millions of dollars they often do for ballot measures all across the nation, they now will have a method to do so with complete transparency they never had before, with security to blockchain, and really an advantage of absolute guaranteed lowered cost, because we will match and beat all other costs to partner with us and reward such proponents with token allocation. but and yield on their investment. But we will give them a way to have shares of the growth of our project for all future to come, so that token holders can provide value to future generations of the investors seeking to have space with the liquidity required to push even the most massive of ballot measure campaigns and to do multiple ballot measure campaigns around the nation and the world. We're talking about a blockchain that can eat up the $25 billion market cap positions and more because of inflation, which is worse in other countries where they should have ballot measures to secure things like a Bitcoin reserve faster or blockchain voting to end all kinds of mischief and fraud in the elections. So I'm going to be pushing for and launching the ballot measures related to blockchain and securing elections and taxes, auditing authorities, and so forth, and having a public vote on the DAO that you can participate now for a few more days where you will get paid the same amount you have to invest in a free airdrop. So that's less than $25, and all you have to do is buy Ballot AI token off of Meteora Dex, dynamic pools. You type in Ballot AI, you can find it there. You can find it through Phantom Wallet. You should be able to. There's a scam on Pump Fund. Ignore that. Find the one with the liquidity, okay? And you can purchase this. Go to our staking page, ballot.finance, stake 100,000 tokens, and you will be able to vote in our DAO. That page is not direct linked. You have to join our Telegram. You can go to ballot.ai and see the links. The Telegram link should connect you. Let me know if you have any problems by connecting me on X. I actually couldn't connect from my other computer for some reason. But we're working out all of the kinks. Furthermore, X is the best place to reach out, and I want to get you involved. I'd like to know what laws would you change, and I'm going to be hosting public polls and seek to really involve anyone on a few topics of questioning with blockchain voting, so we can decide on what laws we want to change, draft those policies, create the framework to file and initiate those actions and publicly present all of that and then market that to the populations they would affect, so people realize that they're sitting right in front of the solution. They have the ballot measure draft staring them in the face, ready to be filed and ready to be circulated and collected. We can see a social media following growing in different groups on Facebook and other social platforms, especially blockchain platforms, where we have numbers that could compete with even the minor political parties, and then nothing can stop us. So we only need a small group of dedicated individuals. It's less than 1%, in fact. And the people are sleeping on the solution that's right out in front of us, even before the technology existed. I'm just very excited we now have blockchain voting, so we can cast these real votes, and I can execute on behalf of the participants. Some people would want a more decentralized solution that's not just up to me, and we can code that in. We can allow anyone to propose policy tokens, but we will get to that stage at a certain point, because there's a rule like I have for control to not let sabotage potentially happen, and things can happen. And I am a conspiracy theorist, so I'm going to make sure that we are only pushing policies that do not violate the non-aggression principle. And if AI could be trained, like Grok, for example, Elon Musk could ensure it's going to not be woke and push for ideas and allow for people to create policy that would enhance taxation or reduce civil liberties in any way, then that's really all we're up against. So that's all we need to stop. We just need to awaken aware population, know that we are under attack from those that would like to take away our freedoms and rights and have higher taxes and put us in that boiling pot. And taxes only increase so much until they are 100%. And some countries is far worse than the US. When you add all of the taxes up, from sales tax, income tax, property tax, estate tax, there's taxes on so many things, fees, fines, government intrusion in our lives. They're taken from us. When you get to 100%, that is no longer a free human person. That is a slave. That's the only difference between slavery and the freedom that we have today, is perhaps our own reinvestment in our ideas, in our lifestyles, We are in challenging times, but through entrepreneurship, we can save everyone and save ourselves, all getting involved in creating an economy based on providing skills and resources. So we have the penultimate local economy solution wrapped and tied into this, because we have to launch this project to save the local economy and bring everyone mainstream into the cryptocurrency space, where they get to choose their favorite local charitable causes, and they get to learn how to profit off of cryptocurrency safely and securely without as much risk as other methods that you hear about. I have a unique solution requiring researchers, and so we have a reward system we will vote on with the DAO to reward people certain amounts of capital for researching certain stable coin farms, to keep us all working on the entire crypto space of all layer ones and layer twos, my specialty, to realize where we can get the best yields, share that with one another in our capacity. There are restrictions, and we have this capacity limit that will be explained in future videos for those interested in following, so you can learn more about specifically why I wouldn't just tell everyone the crypto secrets. That's okay. I'll break it down, because to not tell you now, you would think I'm keeping secrets. The liquidity pools have limited yield. At very high yield, they are very, very limited amounts of time that they will be available. You have to act fast, and you have to capture that yield. And when new investors pool in, the yield goes down. So you're trying to keep yield above, for say, 100%, which I love, and I'm pulling off right as we speak. And I love to research and find these new pools when they're over 100%. And I'm telling you, there's one touching over 400%, where you can get in, no restrictions, and get out, take your money, capture the yield, help become a market maker, trade some, reinvest some, buy some other tokens in the ecosystem, support them through trading, and take some profits. They all want market makers. The more trades up and down is good. Dips help new buyers take the time to say, that's where I'm going to buy. And we are balancing out everything by pumping the token. They want that. Even if you take a profit, it's ethical because they need that. It doesn't mean you won't be back. I always go back to the same tokens I took a profit from when they're still creating valuable projects. And I can give you more detail, but the reason why you can't share the kind of secrets of the passive yield that I get into, yield is limited based on the investors. And I got to tell you that. So I want to start people off for free to start learning the method and give you a chance to earn a cryptocurrency reward should you find a higher yield. And that's when you'll come crying to me saying, no, I can't. I need to know your secrets. And then you'll pay for the next level in yield. And the yields will be offering bonuses. We will all agree to a creed that we will invest in the DAO and offer bonuses to people that find new yield in our category, going from 10%, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 to 100. And we categorize these in a Discord group, so you have access to them when you're in the channel. You have access to the channel. You have full access to all of the yield at that percentage. And you can sit back and watch your money grow. And you can farm it and take that yield and reinvest it. You can compound it in different ways, compound in volatile tokens, compound in stable tokens. The key here is to get such a large stable token pool from the volatile tokens that you can live off the stable coin yield for life and continue to grow your volatile token pool. So you can then reinvest back into your stable token pool. So I have a strategy. It's a yin-yang strategy. It's based off of my concepts of Taoism and practical logical investing, based off of the elemental cycles in nature. I like things like Fibonacci, and there's all kinds of different trends we can look into. I have access to live trend indicators for every token on CoinGecko. I also have top-notch Astrobot NFT, top-notch token metrics, AI insight that I will share with the exclusive community really participating with money to invest. who invest in the Dow, and that's what it's going to take. And we're going to have people putting in their funds, getting a chance to vote on what yield they want, how many people. Well, we can keep bringing in more people, but we're going to screen people and see how much you're actually going to be putting into the pool to not deplete it too bad. Because when you start dealing with the upper levels, if it's 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, that makes an impact that's noticeable usually, especially at the higher levels. And that's the most exclusive elite levels. And we have to keep a little bit of a paywall. However, I love getting people into crypto and DeFi. Why not start you at 5% and quickly get you to 10%, 15, then 20, 25, 30, 50%. And you'll be very happy with those levels, knowing that it's way better than a bank and you have full access to the liquidity. You can pull your money out at any time. You could pay off any crypto loan you happen to take at any time. And it creates tremendous leverage. So it's a resource. There are a few people competing with, but they're not so articulate to describe in the way that I am. And they have their own benefits. I could just go on to explaining that the economy's crashing. That's an angle that people talk about. So you have to find another resource to get your money out. I want the Ballot AI token to continue to get stakers and people interested in stablecoin farms so that we know that we have a way to exit our banks and even use the banks to a benefit now, taking credit. And there is a secret to turning it into cash. I can speak on some truths that I've learned that are remarkable and little loopholes that you can turn credit cards, even your personal credit cards, into cash. And then you can buy crypto. And so that's pretty fantastic, if you ask me, because that means you can leverage building the credit and paying off the credit properly and getting more credit to consistently have a way to get in right at that key time into the bull market, or get in to a really high yield farm that's working, that's solid. And you want to have a diversified portfolio. Don't put everything in one pot. I would never take out a whole loan and put it into one new yield farm. I'm building consistently over a spread of farms to generate passive yields, as I'm looking forward to building a team of people also participating in. So that with our free time, should we be so inclined to have a passion for the future of the planet, to design a more better, fair, and equitable world where knowledge is allowing people to escape the challenges that afflict us, we'll be part of Ballot AI and get rid of all the corruption in government. That's what we want. And we'll be able to participate, go out there, collect signatures in our volunteer time, because that's what it takes, obviously. It's volunteers or those being paid. And either way is good. We're solving the money problem of the high investment costs so we can cover paid campaigns cheaper, which guarantees results, because volunteer campaigns are not working in this economy where people have to work around the clock just to survive. We will not be able to control our democracy. We are in a paradigm, sadly, that the United States and other countries let politicians control their democracy and do not get involved, even when there's obvious things to complain about. Obvious waste, obvious fraud. Some people just want us to keep paying the taxes. Why get so upset? It's just a little tax. It's too many conspiracies. Just live your life, have fun. It's getting worse and worse to those that are paying attention, and we still have to do something no matter what. Worldwide, we have problems, and the whole world needs help now. The United States has problems. Trump being elected, I think he's doing a great job slashing federal problems. But the states have their own huge challenges. And until the people wake up that we are the sovereigns in our state, ready to take back our sovereignty, we will always be at the whim of politicians. The answer is direct democracy and ballot access using blockchain technology, voting on the blockchain, creating policy, filing that policy, getting a community involved that will go and bring this idea mainstream and bring it to other community members one at a time, and then two at a time, then three at a time. As the word spreads in just a matter of weeks, if every day took action to tell one person, we would have millions of people. But it takes your requirement to participate, to wake people up. Why am I so passionate about this? Because It's a multi-billion-dollar industry that is in control of people that do not have the best interests of the public, are opportunists working in it for themselves and the income and the capital it can generate, rather than truly playing a key role in developing the future of ballot access opportunities for people. They don't. And the rights of ballot access have been taken away from us in states over and over by politicians, in part because of the corrupt activities from many of these companies. And you don't see these other companies stepping up to stand up for free speech and the right to petition. You don't see them getting involved in class action lawsuits, representing all of their petitioners like they could with the millions of dollars of capital that they raise if they had the spine to stand up for the people. But I think it's weak. I think it's weak that the industry is filled with people that don't do anything for direct democracy as a process and stand up for our country in the United States as patriots. I do not see them. They are not public. They are shadowy. They hide in the showers. Some of them have Facebook profiles. They're not active. They do not make an attempt to make media or a business profile that's public in any way. They work in these very private markets of ballot access and stay out of the public picture. And the crisis is that the public is not involved in ballot access enough. Because if we were, we could change all of the laws rapidly, one quick go, 1 year, one election, clean sweep, full clearinghouse of every ballot measure you can imagine, every referendum against every corrupt policy they try to initiate, every recall, the hardest type to get on the ballot, to kick all these legacy politicians that are so corrupt out, to replace all the Congress, all the corrupt Senate with better leaders who have freedom and justice and liberty in mind. And there are patriots out there, and there's a movement, but we can't rely on them. Like I said, we have to be in control. That's just a puppet show for us to be wasting our time when we could be solving the problems already right now, putting the whole public to a vote and just getting it done. Stop all the stagnation. The whole time we're waiting for an election when the next candidate is going to fix it, replace these corrupt ones that are in office now that won't do anything. We could be actively working on engaging and changing the laws. We could. I filed ballot measures, didn't quite take off. I'm going to be putting more effort into the media. Very excited about my other business goals where I can make the real money to invest in this project so you can see that market cap go up. We will have a massive locked liquidity to make the case for huge proponents of millions of dollars using our softwares. And we're going to have the software done in no time with continued investment. So it's right now, the tokens are more of a symbol of ownership. When we have the blockchain set up and the equity can be distributed evenly to stakers, that will occur. That is the game plan. I will be launching the technology white paper, but that's not what it does right now. So people need to keep it clear that you don't buy this token and all of a sudden it goes up in value. You make a huge paycheck out of it or something like that. It can absolutely drop. There's no telling. I have a very small community. I think there was a snipe. I know that there was a sniper that got in early and some people are holding. I don't think that they're going to just be selling when it goes up again, though, because we're really aiming for the multi-billion-dollar market cap to make dreams come true, because we're coming from the smallest market cap. We have the most genuine utility that we can deliver with a community and a team behind us. There's absolutely nothing that can stop us. And the market's wide open for competition. The biggest competitor right now, his name is Michael Rhodes. I hope he finds this video and sees me. We met before. Nice to see you, Michael. He cannot compete with what I can offer. And so it's a matter of just getting out there, starting to close deals using the software and integrating it into the blockchain. And the goal is to decentralize it, because the liquidity desire to manage massive campaigns, to pay out millions of dollars to petitioners and their coordinators, we want to have the liquidity that investors are providing to enable that and then pay back profits to the investors. So we're going to go through all the processes to make it happen, founded on a very strong local economy fundraising model. And this is to inspire entrepreneurs to get out in their community and find business owners who want to lead in civic involvement in certain areas, and when it comes to economic abundance, when it comes to economic awareness.
Unknown caller.
I have a phone call, but could be busy. Thank you everyone for the time. We'll be checking in soon. Thank you.